You are still watching Ways Now. International Day of the Tropics is observed each year on the 29th of June. This day helps highlight the significance of the tropic regions and the environmental and socio-economic challenges faced by them. The International Day of the Tropics 2022 also helps in encouraging to talk about the tropics, the region around the equator, which lie between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn in the northern and southern hemisphere. The first State of the Tropics report by the James Cook University of Australia in collaboration with 11 other research institutes was submitted on the 29th of June in 2014, and the report looked at varied environmental, economic and social issues to understand whether life in the tropic is improving. It also noted that the population in the tropics would rise from 40% to 50% by the 2050. Now, the State of the Tropics report has pointed out the impact of the economic growth on the environment, with a rise in the deforestation, rising numbers of threatened terrestrial species, and reduction of the mangrove forest cover, which is essential for the coastal integrity. Long and short story.
Happy International Day
of the Tropics. But I would love to actually bring someone that understands nature to have a conversation around how this impacts, because you see, we see a lot of things. You know, when they talk climate change, deforestation, blah, 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 we do not pay attention to these things because we're not able to relate it to how it affects us on a day-to-day basis, right? So imagine if we have, I was talking to a friend of mine, we're trying to do some real estate business. And he was saying that, because he lived in the US for a bit, he said there's a particular estate he lived that if he, you know how you look forward to going home? Because as soon as you drive into that estate, the air is different, everything is clean. So it has all this nature infused in the estate. So he's trying to see the possibility. I say, if Nigerian landlord will help you, Nigerian estate owners, he's trying to see the possibility of replicating such an estate in Nigeria. In my estate, right, there was a place that was carved out for playground, trees, and all of that for children. Now, if you go there, you see they've got it to decking level.
That's ridiculous.
Do you understand? Like, we don't pay attention to the health of the environment. We don't pay attention. We just let it slide. And at the end of the day, we're having different illnesses and we don't know where it's coming from. So it would be nice to have someone that understands, you know, topics like this around nature and all of that. Come talk to us about this.
It would also be nice to bring, while you're bringing that person, also bring someone who would speak to it from the traditionalist point of view.
True.
Yeah. So let's balance it up.
I know someone that said that she took a herb when she was young and she never, till today, she's never had malaria.
Wow.
So those things are real.
Yeah. That's why I say you need to balance the conversation. Okay, so what did I find in the news here?
Yes, please.
Okay. So this headline from Premium Times got my attention, which says Lagos State develops guidelines on safe, lawful abortion. I think it caught my attention because of the trending drama in the United States right now, but let's bring it home. In 2011, Lagos State House of Assembly updated the criminal code, providing for abortion to save the life and protect the physical health of the woman. According to the Permanent Secretary, Lagos State Ministry of Health, Olusegun Ogboye, the 40-page policy document is a set-out guideline for safe termination of pregnancy within the ambit of the criminal laws of Lagos State. He said that while therapeutic termination of pregnancy was permissible under the state's law, the absence of clear guidelines had stalled the effective implementation of at appropriate levels of care, resulting in preventable death. So I'm glad that they're doing this finally. At least if you say that this is what should happen, there should be a guideline to help everybody, so they're sure that when they're carrying out or doing their job, nobody's going to come back tomorrow to arrest them. So this document has been long overdue, and we are moving somewhere. I don't know why you're smiling, but...
So I remember my very first encounter with Ireti Bakari Yusuf. I was on the show, and she came in as a guest, and we were talking about abortion. It was a very heated argument.
Was she for or against it?
She was for it, of course. I was for it. I was against it. But now they tell you so now, after years, in hindsight. But I don't know, do you support abortion? I think that should be a good topic to have maybe tomorrow. Do you support abortion?
The good thing is I'm not on set tomorrow.
Yeah,
is good.
We can switch the schedule, don't worry yourself.
I mean, I support it actually.
Why?
I think it's a strong decision, but it's still a decision to be made. And whether we agree or not, the woman bears the most brunt of that decision, right? So, I mean, I'm not saying everybody should just go out there and start aborting like rights, but that right to that choice is important. But at least I like that the clause is there. If you have to choose between saving the mother and the child, you'd always save the mother anyway, right? So I guess that's a conversation that even America is not ready for, since we are where we are right now. But yeah, I'm for it really.
So I don't 100% support. I believe in, what's it called, practicing of, I think we should just have this conversation tomorrow. I believe in practicing of safe intercourse, right?
The problem with saying that should be done, which I totally agree with, is that the hypocrites that are Nigerians as well will not allow you to have that important conversation with your child when they are ripe to know what contraceptives are about and what safe sexual practice is about. They're not ready to have that conversation. And then you see the result of not properly educating your child, and you are perplexed, you're worried, you're shouting, you're screaming, and then you say, don't abort, but then you're disowning the child, you're not...
Because what I was thinking...
You know, so it's a lot of complicated issues that come out of the lack of proper sexual education.
Yeah, because what I am even saying that even with...
and even when it's proper.
Even with married couple, when I hear you say that, oh, the child was a mistake, there's nothing such thing as a mistake. There's a is it 800 naira pill that is called morning after?
So it actually happens.
Do you understand?
No,
like,
so you know, for every method of contraception, they never tell you that it's 100%. Yeah. Because the only one that's 100% is the one that men are supposed to be doing, which they have refused to do. Which some of them are already taking into consideration now. So we need to begin to move that conversation. I was reading somewhere of there being a pill that men should take, because you people are the source of the thing. Let's be cutting it from that angle before it comes to the place that it is. You have to be on the show tomorrow if we're having this conversation. All right, so let me move on to my story. NSCDC arrests dancing Gombe youth, says action poses security threat, right? The Gombe State Command of the National Security and Defense Corps has paraded about 20 girls and 14 boys, including minors, over alleged illicit dancing entertainment. So according to this report, there's a particular place, they call it Gidangala, right? They call that place Gidangala, where young boys and girls go there to go and like perform. So from the reports, they say that a lot of young girls are disguising and practicing prostitution in that house. And they say that a lot of women that are married run away from their home barely a month after, just to go and be, you know, frolicking, what's the word? Frolicking around men, so you know, and having sexual intercourse. And they're saying that hardly would you find around 20 to 22-year-olds, that most of them are teenagers and they are minors, and they know that this is a big security risk for the state. Not only would they breed kidnapping, it also bring a lot of crimes, you know, to the state and all of that. So, well, things like kidnapping, robbery, cultism, some of them are being lured and killed. Others hide under the pretext of play to commit crime. So this is a story that it just caught my attention, because I was wondering when I saw them saying they were parading the girls, I was thinking maybe they were afraid of lynch, you know, when people know that this is what you do, like, you know, because again, the core north is very conservative in terms of like how you're supposed to behave in public and all of that. So maybe, so I thought their arrest was to protect them against maybe any, what's it called, what's the word now? Jungle justice, if people see them and go and lynch them, but it's more to protect the state from, you know, any growing threat of, what's it called, insecurity and probably menace of prostitution and all of that. So I don't know how this is going to work. I will not pretend that I understand that story. So it is. I don't know how that is going to work, but
So he says, but although the owner of the house came out to say that's no such thing, that a lot of them are screened before they come in, but this guy revealed, as the state commandant, Waziri Goni, revealed that suspect posed a serious threat, and he said that that aside from them being involved in illicit dance, the entertainment house serves as an avenue for girls to, you know, practice
so I
prostitution.
Even everything you were saying before you got to the point where the landlord came out to speak, or is it the owner of the
the owner of the entertainment place?
I don't believe the story. And I mean, this is Nigeria. Even your security operative can cook up anything against anybody just to feel like they're doing something, right? So I don't believe the story. I feel like there is a, you know, when people take an atom of truth and mix it up with a lot of things, I think that's what's happening there. I just hope that the owner of that dancing group or platform or entertainment house can take care of these children, you know, like do the right thing. If there is something that is missing in gap, then maybe they should do the right thing, but no, I don't believe the story.
Well, we'll keep an eye on the story, hopefully. All right, we'll take a break now. When we return, we want to talk about career etiquette. Stay with us. We'll be right back.